Live. 3, 2, 1. Here we are.
Hello, hello. This video is now live.
We are now live.
Dun 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 dun. Look at that. We're here.
We are dressed in our evening attire because it is later in the evening this time around.
It is. We've broken out our ascots.
Yes,
and
nothing
our
like a good ascot.
fanciness for the champagne evening.
This, of course, is how we dressed every evening.
Every evening, if we dine after 8 p.m., of course.
Then we go across. Not in my dinner white, am I?
You know. Hello to Karen from California, Eileen from Iowa.
And Eileen from Iowa, yes. Hello. They're the steady two to be sure to join us.
Yes.
Well, let's get us started, shall we?
9, 10 others there, too.
Oh,
so
goodness gracious. Look at that. You have
Paul,
to say hello.
hello, Paul. I'll say the hello. Kyle's going to get us started. It's champagne night. Why is it champagne night? Because we had a special request from a viewer on the West Coast in California named Laura, and today is her birthday. Happy birthday.
Shall we? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Laura. Happy birthday to you.
Hurrah! And she's especially requested champagne cocktails, so we're starting with none
champagne cocktails she shall have.
What are we starting with, Kyle?
The French 75.
Do you know anything about this cocktail?
I know something very, very small about the nation of France.
Why?
I happen to live there.
You did you? Of course you did.
So I'm totally going to make this up right now because I don't know if this is actually the fact. You can tell me because Cory is the research department for DC 189. But the number 75 in France is indicative of Paris. So each department, as they call it, which is kind of like a county, has a number. And a lot of things have that number in it. So in Paris, the postcodes, like the zip codes here in America, all start with 75. If you're born in Paris, your social security number will have a 75 in it. If you put your car plates on in Paris, it'll start with 75. So I'm going to make this up and say this is an ode to Paris, the French 75. All right, we're making 2 of these to start because we always have to make 2 of something so that we can both drink.
While we dine.
This fabulous little drink combines gin with champagne.
2 fabulous liquors.
Yeah, and if you know us, you know we like gin. So 2 ounces of gin.
So we're going to use 4 because, 1 for each of us.
Doubling the recipe.
Laura thanks us for our singing. You are very welcome, Laura. Very welcome. Let's see what other people are saying.
Now,
your grandma's watching?
Oh, hello, Eloise.
Yes.
How many ounces is in it? How many tablespoons are in an ounce? Do we know?
Well, this thing, handy little device, measures tablespoons.
Oh.
And it's 15 milliliters. I don't know how that translates to ounces off the top of my head, but...
Oh, there we go. Okay, we need 1 tablespoon of lime juice, so I'm going to put 2 in this beaker.
Perfect.
Well, look at this. How many, so if that amount of liquid is 2 tablespoons, then I can just turn it around and say...
It's about 2 ounces.
It's about 1 ounce.
Oh, 1 ounce.
2 tablespoons is approximately 1 ounce. So
there you go. The more you know. Thank you to the fancy little beaker.
Science. Hey, do you know somebody who teaches science or is involved in science at all?
I know someone who teaches science for a couple more weeks. Just kidding. My mother's retiring.
Well, at this point, she's basically retired.
Mary Kopic says we're dapper.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay, and then 2 tablespoons of simple syrup, so that would be 2 ounces, doubled.
No, 2. Yes, okay, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just checking your math along the way.
There we go. All right,
so shake it.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to shake these ingredients. You're going to ask yourself, well, there's no champagne in this yet. That's true. I'm not going to shake champagne because it'll lose all its fizz.
Yes. So this is happening first. Hello, Tim. Hello, Steph. Thank you, Petra, for saying we look so elegant.
All right.
Sherry. All right.
So we actually served this in a glass with ice.
Yes, all of the champagne cocktails tonight are getting served in wine glasses, predominantly because champagne cocktails require other ingredients, and therefore you need a slightly larger glass than a champagne flute or a champagne coupe. So we are using white wine glasses, a little smaller than a red wine glass, but perfect for champagne cocktails.
Now,
Champagne.
champagne. This is not champagne. This is actually cava, which is champagne's Spanish cousin, but just as good. This is Freixenet. We will put a link in the description later. It's a fine cava. You can drink it just as it is. You can put it in mimosas. You can put it in any of the recipes that we're doing tonight.
Yeah, you can buy it inexpensively at Costco.
Very inexpensive.
In 2-packs for like $14.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Here we go.
Andy from DC says he's watching 2 mascots. Nice play on words, Andy. Thank you.
So, unlike what you may have seen in the movies, the correct way to open champagne is not to fling it into the ceiling and cause a dent. I'm looking at you. You know who you are.
He should be looking at me. I almost blew a hole in our kitchen ceiling one
person
day.
with the dent. So, instead of pulling the cork straight out, you're going to twist it. And the pressure in the bottle...
Oh! We did not plan that, but there is now a dent on the ceiling.
So what I was going to say is that the proper technique would have been to leave your hand on the cork the entire time so that it didn't do exactly that. So do as I say, not as I do.
What fun.
And add 4 ounces of sparkling wine to your glasses.
Or just as much as the glass will handle, let's face it.
As much as you want. Well, there we go. This is
what?
unscripted television, folks.
This is filmed live.
Can't
no
make
studio
this up.
audience, but there's no editing done afterwards.
Woo! That was fun.
Hallelujah.
Okie dokie. Well,
Mahek is watching from Ohio. If you live in Ohio, vote for Mahek.
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you as well.
Cheers to you. Perfect.
It's so yummy.
Such a perfectly delightful cocktail. And don't forget, there's a lot of things. We didn't put any of these on the menu tonight because they're a little too simple, but you can do so many things with champagne to just zhuzh it up a little. Of course, you can make a mimosa by adding orange juice. You could add just a little bit of Saint Germain, get that little elderflower sweetness. There's just a ton that you can add to it. Any other juices, cranberry. So, there's a lot of simple one-and-done champagne mixtures.
Eileen, who may know a thing or two about science, says that protective eyewear is always very important when doing science experiments. Thank you very much for that.
Yes,
all right.
We appreciate it and would have come in handy tonight. Okay, next we have up the Royal Champagne Cocktail, which I am, I guess, in charge of making. All the rest of these we're making directly in the glass. So I am starting with a tablespoon of brandy. So the champagne's already chilled. So really that's all you need chilled in some of these. The French 75s just served a little extra cold. So we got our brandy. Now a little Grand Marnier. So this is kind of, I would say, a mimosa substitute because a mimosa is orange juice and champagne. We're going to do orange flavored cocktail here with our Grand Marnier. Got our tablespoon of Grand Marnier.
Only slightly boozier than a mimosa.
Yes.
Who's counting?
Now could you just champagne me up, please?
Yes, of course.
So we get champagne. It says 5 ounces in a recipe, but we'll fill the glass to a nice, pleasant level.
Here's another thing. If you want to pour champagne to look very fancy, you put your thumb in the bottom of it, and then you just pour it with one hand.
Yeah, look at that.
And you can totally hold it there. It's easier than you think.
So we go to about the wide part of the glass because that's what looks good. And then we have an orange twist. I've prepared these by just using a peeler and peeling off the outside of the orange. And then we get a little squeeze out of it. You might see it mist into the air there. There's always a good little bit of essence in the outside.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that bubble. Then you get this great little orange floating in there. So maybe a little classier than a mimosa. Who knows? Let's find out.
What's it taste like?
Tastes like a mimosa, but with brandy. No, seriously though, and you can make grand mimosas by putting Grand Marnier in your mimosa.
That's yummy.
So there's a lot you can do to judge it up, but this is a great cocktail. And the other great thing about champagne cocktails, again, thank you, Laura, for the suggestion, is that they're a great way to start off a cocktail party or a dinner party. They're easy. You can even have them prepared in advance and have them ready to put out for everybody. And they're light, bubbly. Everybody likes to start with a little effervescence. So
That's
there
right.
you go.
We've got Lydia joining us. Lydia, is this your first time joining us?
Wow.
Welcome.
Hello, Lids.
And Lindsay is joining us back again. Lindsay from California. Thank you so much.
Hello, hello.
Chad Ginger is joining us from Cedar Rapids. Hello.
Ginger knows a thing or two about Paris.
She does.
We were in Paris with Ginger.
Yeah, when it was hotter
And
than
Eileen. It was very hot. Very hot.
the Dickens.
Like 112 at Versailles.
Yeah. Are you going to make the final
Yes, I
cocktail?
am
of the
going
evening?
to make it. So, the Thames cocktail. As you might be able to tell from the name, this goes to another European country, over to Britain. And we made a Pimm's cup the other night using Pimm's #1. As you might remember, this is another Pimm's cocktail.
Yeah.
It is a champagne Pimm's cocktail. So we're starting with a wine glass once again. We are putting a sugar cube in. You'll see why. Get our sugar cube.
Put it right into the glass like
Yeah,
that.
sugar cube into the glass. A tablespoon of Pimm's. Tablespoon is really the measure of the evening tonight, isn't it?
Well, you don't need much.
You don't. Not of any of these things. They're just, we don't need to rob the champagne of its star power. We're just giving it a little something extra. So we get our Pimm's in there. Tablespoon of Pimm's.
Mehek is saying hello from Ohio. Yes, Mehek. Good to see you.
A little swirl. I'm giving it a swirl here. Champagne, please.
And then
With
the
your
champagne.
fancy pour. Then our champagne. And you see that the sugar is having a great reaction. Gosh, science is also a theme tonight, isn't it? But the sugar is reacting with the champagne and it's dissolving it almost immediately. And you'll see that it's going to continue as the top goes down. You're going to see it just continue to give it these great bubbles. It almost looks like you poured a Stella or something in a commercial. But look at that. Golden
super
beer
fun.
color with that awesome...
Does that need just a
fizz
splash
coming
more, or is
up.
it good?
I'll give it a splash more. It can always use a splash more.
There we
I
are.
love it. Do you want to try this one first?
Oh, go for it.
Okay, thanks. You knew I was probably going to take the first sip anyway. Whew, got to let it bubbles go down a moment.
Mm-hmm. So, there you go, folks.
Whew, yeah. That's nice. That Pimm's is just so refreshing. If you were into the Pimm's cup the other night, you're really going to love this one. So, French 75. Da-da-da, where's my lineup?
Ooh.
French 75.
Here's
Then
your
we
Royal
have our
Champagne cocktail.
Royal Champagne cocktail. That's the one with the orange floating in it. And then this gorgeous, I mean, this one is stunning, folks, the Thames cocktail. So, you know, you could probably throw a sugar cube into any of these if you really wanted to, but it's beautiful in this Thames cocktail. Works amazingly with the Pimm's.
Yeah, I think
love
with the Pimm's is a little more bitter flavor anyway, so that's why the sugar cocktail goes well.
Yeah. Let us know what you would like to see. As we've said many times, we take requests. If it's your birthday, of course, you move to the top of the list. Just ask Laura. And yeah, we're going to do it, whatever you guys want. And I think we're going to become once a week from now on. Our lives have gotten a little busy, so we can't continue this twice a week pace, but we're going to do once a week. We've had a suggestion already for next week, which is to do punches and things that you can have prepared in advance for like bigger parties. So we might do that. Who knows? It's a possibility. It's a thing.
We're going to have to drink all the punch after the show?
Gosh, I hope so. Maybe we should save it and do it after quarantine when we can have people over to help us drink it. We could have the first DC Wine and Dine libation lesson with a live studio audience right here. I see bleachers. I see a crowd in our window.
Fucking big time. My goodness.
You know.
I need a sponsor.
I hope you wore your spring fashions. I hope you enjoyed champagne. We wore our ascots.
Can I have a brief eat local moment?
You may.
So I read an article, and I don't want to single any of these companies out, but there are several apps, if you will, that will feature local eateries, and they'll pay somebody to deliver the food to your door. Well, it turns out that many of these apps are sort of coercing local businesses into being on them. So if you're really concerned about eating local and supporting a local business, try calling them up. If it's safe in your neighborhood to go out with a face mask and pick it up just at the front door, try that instead, because they'll end up keeping more of the proceeds of your business in the end. So if you've got, a lot of Chinese places already offered delivery, call them up directly, see if they do it. Pizza places, those types of places.
Kyle captions all these videos afterwards so that our deaf and hard of hearing friends can watch and enjoy. I spared you just a moment or two while you were doing that. I gave a little finger spelling of those things you wouldn't say, so you won't have to caption that part.
Perfect.
I'm a good student, see, of some things, like spelling in sign language.
All right. Well, we have volunteers for folks to come be part of our studio audience.
Excellent. You know that you're always welcome. We have guest rooms. We have hotels down the street.
Can you put like a straw through the bottom of a face mask so that
we could. You know what? That's probably 6 feet from us. We could have at least a couple people socially distanced in the background. This might be a thing. Who knows?
So we could have 2 people who live together on that corner, and then 2 people who live together in that corner.
Perfect. I love it.
People who
this is happening. We'll start taking applications
Okay.
immediately on Facebook, on our website. Click on our likes. And seriously, post pictures. If you made the drinks, we love seeing that people made them, and like in the comments. It's so fun. Becky and Kayleen in Texas regularly post theirs. We love it. So anyway, have fun. Good luck. Godspeed. Drink up. Enjoy champagne and bubbles. Happy birthday, Laura.
Happy birthday, Laura.
Vive la France.
Cheers.
See ya.